Hello, if you have ever felt afraid in your own body, then this video is for you. I know exactly how it feels with panic attacks, agoraphobia, health anxiety, to feel like your body is now your enemy. Your body might feel unfamiliar, it might feel unsafe, it might feel like it's not your body at all. The only way through my anxiety and my panic attacks was to actually befriend my body and learn that it wasn't out to get me, it was there to protect me. In this video, I want to talk about being gentle with your own body. I want to talk about the fact that to get over panic disorder, to recover from panic disorder, anxiety, agoraphobia, you have to befriend your own body. You have to treat your body like it's a vessel and a safe one that gets you through life. If you feel like your body is the safe space, then you can be anywhere. You can be anywhere with anyone doing anything, and you know that your vessel, this body, keeps you safe. And that's why it's important to befriend your body. So just for some context, why should you listen to me? In 2023, I had a panic attack that was so severe that it triggered panic disorder, agoraphobia, and also depersonalization and derealization. And I can do a whole other video on those topics, but today I want to focus on the panic disorder and the fact that I was terrified of my own body. The signals that it gave me, the little changes. I would literally have a normal heartbeat and then I'd walk up some stairs and have a high heartbeat and I would be terrified, even though that's completely normal. I was in a constant state of fear. I didn't leave the house. If I did leave the house, I had my Apple Watch on and I would be checking my heart rate the entire time. I would be looking for exits out of a place. I would lie to family and friends about why I didn't want to come to places, and it really crippled my life. And to be clear, I genuinely thought my life was over. I never thought I'd be the same again, and I was devastated. So let's start with something important. When you have panic attacks or anxiety or agoraphobia, you genuinely believe that your body is the enemy. For example, I used to think that my body was going to betray me by filling up with helium and flying into the sky, and that is obviously not possible. But when you're in this headspace, you genuinely believe that the impossible can happen to you, and that's where the fear comes from. You think you're going to be this weird 1% or 0.1% of humans where something mad happens, and that's where I was fully convinced that my body was going to betray me. Over time, what happens is we go into what we call the panic cycle. So I'll put a little image here. The panic cycle basically means that you are looking for the stimulus that makes you panic. So you're constantly on guard. You're constantly looking for that thing. And it means that very normal behaviors, like a high heart rate from walking up the stairs, turns into, oh my God, my heart is going to explode or implode in my very own chest. So because you're hyper aware of the feelings and because you're terrified of what that could mean, you develop this weird relationship with yourself where you're constantly looking for it, you constantly believe that you're going to have something terrible happen to you, and you can't focus on anything else. So let's get to the tools that I've used for befriending the body. The first one is ground and touch, and you will hear this one everywhere, and I know it doesn't work for everyone, but I have a little twist on it that maybe might help. The first part is obviously telling yourself that you are safe, that you are okay. But how do we do that when we don't have trust in our bodies? Well, my therapist taught me the most amazing tool, and it's so logical. It makes so much sense. For example, if I felt dizzy or nauseous, or I didn't want to be outside, or I had the fear that I was going to fly away, my therapist said to me, pick an object, whether that is a lamppost or a plant or a bed or anything that you have around you. Pick that object and stare at it. Stare at it for as long as you can. Is that thing moving? No. Is that thing grounded? Yes. While you have been staring at that object, have you moved? No. You are as grounded as the object is in the room or outside. You are grounded, you are not going anywhere. And for me, that really helped, because that fear of just flying away, it was real. Whereas if I looked at something for maybe even 5-10 minutes and I was going nowhere and that object was going nowhere, then I knew, my brain clicked on that I was safe. So that is a grounded tool that I use that isn't the typical, hold yourself and tell yourself I'm here, I'm safe. That might help for some people, but for me, because the fear was so abnormal, I needed something logical to break that fear and be like, no, you are not going anywhere, you are here. The second thing is body scans, and this, I know everyone hears body scans and you think meditation, and you don't have to call it meditation, and it doesn't have to be this really, you know, spiritual body scan. When I say body scan, I mean a body scan with the intention to recognize the changes and not be afraid. So for example, if you are doing a body scan, you start at the very top of your head and you slowly visualize the whole rest of your body, and you feel every little sensation. So it might be, you know, the hair on your head here, you might feel that blowing in the wind, you might feel the pulse in your neck. Whatever you feel, the body scan is about saying, oh, that's there, and that's okay. So for example, one of my fears was not being able to breathe. So during my body scan, what I would do is I would go all the way down to my chest, I would be able to feel that sensation, and instead of panicking about how much breath is there, is it going fast, is it going slow, I would go, I'm breathing, that's good. Make it as simple as that. If you have legs that feel like jelly, you say out loud, oh, my legs feel like jelly, and that's okay. The way that you frame how you say it is how you respond to it. So if you turn around and go, oh my god, my legs are like jelly, then what's that going to do to your head? Your head is going to go, I need to fix this, I need to fix this. But if you out loud just say, in a very accepting way, my legs are like jelly, that's it. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to fix it. You just say, oh, I have a high heart rate, oh, I feel a bit dizzy, oh, I feel a little bit sick. Put a full stop at whatever sensation that is. You do not need to act on it further. And this helped me because I was constantly trying to fix the sensations that I felt, when in reality I just had to accept them. They're gonna go away the less you focus on them. So if you just accept they're there, acknowledge them, and then move down the rest of your body, you will feel so much better. Now the next one is neutral movement. You do not have to be a Pilates princess. You do not have to have all the gear and no idea. You do not have to run marathons. You do not have to do a workout. You do not have to download a new app to do this workout trial. You can literally sit on your bed and do some gentle stretches. And when I say gentle, I mean you can just sit cross-legged and do this with your head. And if you want to do some other little bits, you can bring an arm up and go that way or that way. Movement needs to be about nourishing your nervous system. It needs to be reminding yourself that your body is capable and you choose how far it goes. So if you choose to do gentle stretches, then you're reaffirming to yourself, my body is gently moving. My body is not in a panic and I am controlling this. It makes you realize that all you have to do is be with your body. You don't have to punish it, you don't have to stretch it too far, you don't have to have aching muscles. You just need to find a movement that makes you feel grounded, it nourishes your soul and your energy, and it rebuilds the trust with your body. Neutral movement can look different to everyone based on their own capabilities. So do not look at TikToks of people doing certain things and compare yourself. Do not do it. I've been there, done that. It is not worth it. You need to find your own little way. For me, personally, that is yoga. That is not me saying that everyone out there should be doing yoga. Your equivalent might be stretching in bed. Your equivalent might be walking around the sitting room. Your equivalent might be getting a walking treadmill and walking in your own sitting room. I do not care. The whole point is you build trust back with your body. You have a regular high heart rate and you prove to yourself that it doesn't panic every time. Amazing. That's a step forward. It's all about being with your body, befriending your body, and rewarding your nervous system by saying, it's okay, we're gonna move and nothing's gonna happen. And that leads me to the final one. Of course there's way more, and if you want way more, I'll make more. But for this video about befriending the body, the most obvious one is talking kindly to your body. Now, I have been that person that hated to sit in front of the mirror and say affirmations to myself. I hated it. Why? Because it means that you're perceiving yourself and you don't want to perceive yourself, so I understand. But honestly, for me, it helps. The reason it helps is because you are acting like a best friend towards yourself. You are treating yourself with kindness first thing in the morning, and it means that you'll go the rest of your day holding that little bit of trust, that little bit of kindness within yourself. So for example, if I wake up anxious, I will make myself a cup of tea, I will sit in front of this mirror, and I will repeat some affirmations that work for me. Now, it can feel strange, it can feel a bit main character-esque, it can feel a bit cringy, but give it a few days, maybe give it a week. And the whole point is you are showing yourself that you can trust yourself. Affirmations can be as simple as, I don't feel safe, but I know that I am. If you need examples, I have some free ones that I made. I genuinely use these because they're so helpful and they change my mindset about the kind of post-panic distrust that you kind of build with your body. They are free. I will put in the bio the link. You can print them out if you want and stick them to your mirror so that you don't have to close your eyes and think. They can just be there, because studies have shown that just by seeing affirmations on your mirror in the bathroom, wherever, improves your mood and improves that trust that you have with yourself. So overall, I know that befriending your body is a lot more complicated than everything that I just mentioned. I know that doesn't even scratch the surface of the work that you've got to do. But showing up here or on another similar video or any sort of self-care stuff is progress. And it is a sign that you are willing to nourish yourself. So give yourself a moment to say thank you. You are trying your best. If you don't do any of these, that's absolutely fine. It's incredible that you've just stayed and watched the whole video, because this can be a really, really triggering topic. Thinking about these things can be really, really triggering. When it comes to befriending your body, you've got to think of it as a cocktail of techniques. What is going to work for you? What is your cocktail? It's different for everyone, and that's okay. It just takes time to figure out the ingredients that you need. But hopefully some things that I've mentioned today will help you find those ingredients for that cocktail. And remember, you don't have to be best friends with your body overnight. This isn't an overnight thing. It's okay to fall back in distrust in your body when you've had a little bit of progress. That's also okay. But it's possible to move from fear to tolerance to peace. And I am an example of that. If this resonated with you in any way, please take a look at the other things that I've got going on that might help you. Patreon, I have free resources. You just have to subscribe. But you've made it through this video. We've talked about techniques. Hopefully you can take some with you. I am really glad you're here, and thank you for listening. And I hope you have the most amazing rest of your day, where maybe you might try one of the techniques. Thank you.